Right. So last time we met, you told me a little bit about your experience, and something that I really gathered was that it is, your trauma tells me the importance of protecting our children.
Yeah, especially after I had my daughters, I realized that I shouldn't let anything bad happen to them. Even when I was much older and was given access to a computer, even then I didn't try to break free. Sometimes I just felt really weak and useless.
You're strong and you're helpful to your kids. That's what you felt in your situation. You were resilient and you did what you had to do to survive.
Exactly. I've had so many people tell me um, that I cared for my captors, and they're criticizing me for not trying to escape. What they don't understand is that I was scared for my life and for my children's lives. I genuinely believed that I could have died.
You have a strong will to live. What motivated you to be so strong?
Well, when I was first abducted, I had no idea what sex was. I knew what Philip was doing to me was wrong. I just didn't understand it, but later on, I knew.
You grew into wisdom.
Yeah, very much so. But I felt so alone. They kept me locked up in the backyard and they would move me from shed to over and over again so that I wouldn't be discovered by other people.
I noticed that you've been talking a lot in the past tense. How about we focus on your feelings and memories now?
Um, well, I didn't like to keep memories with me. Um, I still dream of when I was first abducted. I can still hear the lock the first time he locked me in that shed. I can still smell the smells and hear the sounds from the backyard. Um, I'm still scared to go out in public. I'm scared of what strangers can do to you.
Okay, so how about we take these bad feelings and change them into something positive because you are a new person now.
I can't I can't sleep. I'm agitated all of the time, and I avoid going out in public when I can mostly.
Look, you are in charge of your feelings now, not them.
I'm just still really nervous.
And I'm here for you, and I really appreciate you telling me this. It seems like you are now ready to think about moving out of fear and be happy with your new emotions.
Mm.
So, how would you like for things to change?
Um, I primarily like to feel less anxious and nervous.
Okay, that's a first step. I know you can do it. Let's work on at least one change at a time.
Um, yeah, I do want to focus on my nervousness. Um, I don't want to be interviewed by the press. They make me feel nervous again and again. But you're different. You make me feel safe.
I'm honored that I can be your advisor, and I will be more than glad to help you feel safer. What's the most important thing for you to focus on first?
Well, I know that I came to this counseling session to talk about change and moving forward. And even though what I'm forward from is the darkest period of my life, I'm not sure that I want to.
You're here to find a new normal.
Yeah. I know it seems silly, especially since the normal that I had, it's not what most people have. Um, I've been free for several years and I'm still stuck in this rut. I know it's my fault. I just haven't changed yet.
No, the purpose of this conversation is not to assign blame. It's to find hope. And it's important for me to listen to you and know what you want and know how you feel.
Well, um, there's so many things that I left behind when I was gone. I'd really like to be with my family. I know they're scared to ask me questions, and I could tell them that I've found a new normal. I feel like I have to do this now.
Okay, so you were overwhelmed at the beginning about your past, but now you are ready to seek a new normal.
Exactly.
On a scale of 1 to 10, about how ready are you to start with this new normal?
I think right now, about a 9.
That's great. So you're ready to make changes. What's the first thing you want to do before our next session?
Uh, Mostly, I want to be better for my kids. I want to show them that I'm happier now. What happened to them does not define who they are now or what will happen to them.
Y'all are done giving Philip and Nancy control over your life.
Um, yeah, I'm done with it. I'm so ready to be myself again.
Okay, so say we're changing, change is happening. What would be the first few changes that you would like to do in the next few months?
Well, I've, I've tried to have a positive outlook on my life. For example, I try not to look at my life as a loss. I look at it as, I have a lot of years ahead of me. Kind of a half full, not half empty type of thing. I don't let myself be angry about what happened. It's just wasted energy.
That's great. You've already planned and you've already taken some very important actions to make you and your family happy.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. I guess I never realized how far I've come in these past few years.
Yeah, and you told me earlier that, you wanna change because you don't want your daughters thinking that what happened to them defines them. It sounds like you're already doing that for yourself.
Yeah, I guess I am. Um, I'm their mom, and even though they're adults, they still look up to me.
And they have a great mom to look up to. Other than your daughters, what's something else that has motivated you to change or to want to change?
Well, I think it's just been doing stuff that I missed out on. For example, living on my own, seeing my mom, um, talking to her and laughing with her. I feel like every time I do something that I had missed out on, it shows me that I still have time to live my life. And that makes my memories of my captors a little bit easier to bear.
Every time you do something that you've missed out on, you feel more empowered. You take that power from your captors and give it back to yourself. Is this something you want to continue?
Yeah, very much so. I don't feel like I'm done yet. After all, I'm only about halfway there right now.
Okay, so how about we make something sort of like a bucket list, not necessarily like stuff you want to do before you die, but stuff you want to do right now in order to get your life back.
Yeah, I really like that idea. Um, I, I already know a few things that I would put on that list.
That's great. What are some of those things?
Well, I'm not sure I'm ready to share that just
You
yet.
know, that's fine. You don't have to tell me or anyone more than you're comfortable with sharing. As long as these things are something that you are excited about.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I'm definitely excited about that.
That's great. So let's tie together what we talked about today. We started out by talking about the traumatic experience that happened to you when you were a young girl. You told me how those experiences made you feel weak, scared, and how some of those feelings still linger with you today. However, you also told me about how resilient you were and how many strengths you have. You told me that you actively try to have a better outlook and have a better attitude. You were able to identify specific actions that you have already taken, and you made a plan to continue with this rather than slip back into your old habits and negative feelings. You then identified the most important people in your life and how important you are to them.
Mhm.
And I know you are confident in yourself, and I am confident in your ability to succeed as well.